Okay, come on. Settle down now.
Are you
Very much.
Jamie? What do you want? Do you want to eat? So let's switch over. So, do you prefer Jamie or James, by the way? You prefer James?
I'm born James.
You are James. Okay, James. So not Jim, not Jamie. James Littlejohn. Okay, from Dsensor. You're in the right place. I'm just going to minimize the words. So you've got your deck there. I'll leave it to you now to take control. Okay. Everyone happy? Got drinks? Oh, I should probably do a quick intro. Yeah, why not? So my name's Simon Montford, and I'm your host for this evening. So I started the Internet of Things meetup, and you may have noticed that there's been a rebranding, and that was just kind of to avoid confusion, because I attended the IoT Glasgow meetup yesterday. Kind of gate crashed a little bit. And I think that there's a little bit of confusion, and that's fine, because I think it's all about growing the ecosystem, and it's not about competing, it's about cooperation. And that's why I've been speaking to Census over in Glasgow, and I spoke to Brian Martin from Vodafone, who's organising the IoT community. And the reason why I rebranded is because we've been asked to hold events in other cities. It's just that we happen to be based in Edinburgh, so logistically, it's easier. So I think in terms of, we'll keep the meetup group, we've got over 700 members, as it is, rather than create separate meetup groups. Keep it under the IoT Scotland banner, but you'll be able to see immediately when the event is announced. It'll continue to be IoT EDI, IoT GLA, IoT DUN for Dundee, or whatever. You sort of mean. So keep the sub-branding, IoT EDI, but under the IoT Scotland sort of banner. But it's all about growing the community, like I said, and the more the merrier. The more meetups, more events, it's all good. So, yeah, the blockchain, decentralization of the internet. I flew out from London yesterday to speak at the the Technology and Cybercrime Conference in Glasgow. And one of the things I was speaking about was security and privacy in relation to IoT. And one of the things that I feel very strongly about is that we've almost got an oligopoly now, where there are quite a few companies controlling a lot of the data that's being harvested from devices. And if you're sort of following the Mirai distributed denial of service attack that happened on Friday, we'll get used to that. That botnet only used a very small percentage of the actual devices. These are very low power things like CCTV cameras and VCRs and thermostats, home thermostats. But when combined, of course, and focused on a very narrow attack surface, they can be turned into lethal cyber weapons. And these edge devices are just going to get more and more powerful. And so we need to take security a lot more seriously. But aside from that, I think the internet, Tim Berners-Lee gave us a distributed, consensus-based, decentralized internet. And what have we got? Facebook, Gmail, Amazon AWS, Microsoft, and so on. And we've just got to start pushing, I think, more of the data to the edge. Not all of it, because then we've got anarchy. But right now it's too centralized. And I think that's why blockchain-like technologies, made safe, BitTorrent, private blockchains like Ethereum, I think is not the solution, but it's going to go a long way to democratizing the internet and giving us the control back. Because right now they're building the internet of their things, and I think it needs to be the internet of our things. So, over to you, James.
Thank you very much, Simon, and thank you all for coming along. So, I live in a little village called Aboyne, and I've had that handle since Twitter existed, because I was living in Silicon Valley, Mountain View at the time. And in 2006, I think it was, I returned because I wanted to be decentralized. I'd been hanging around with this new thing called Amazon Web Services. So I could come back to a little highland village in Aberdeenshire, and I could have as much compute power as the people I'd left behind in Silicon Valley. For some reason, I went against the cloud then. I wanted to do peer-to-peer text mining. So I think it was 2012, I went back to the Strata conference, and there were only 2 people speaking about peer-to-peer there. It was a guy called Jeremy Miller, who invented the XMPP protocol, which sits behind all the chat, and me. But what we didn't know at that time was there was a guy called Satoshi Nakamoto. And not being in the crypto space at that time, it took me 3 years to get there. Anyway, in July this year, I joined the Cyber Academy, which is part of the School of Computing at Napier University. And I've done that because